Rodgers and the Jets. Does he owe the Jets a victory? Remember, they're coming off a 9-point performance. Aaron Rodgers was brought to the Jets, $50 million to win games like last week. He lost it. So now I look at it like there's an IOU problem. They're going up against the Minnesota Vikings that are only giving up 14 points a game, got a top 5 defense in football, and lead the league in interceptions. That spells trouble. Hey, James,
That's
big
a good
dog.
defense right there, 14 points.
Woo! Currently, you're owed a couple things, if I'm not mistaken. You won a bet yesterday.
Yeah.
With who?
Well, I believe the man that goes by Shady.
Yeah.
He's acting like his name at this point in time because I believe you won a bet yesterday, and Shady McCoy owes you.
He owed me 200. Yeah.
Because he did something that led him to owing you.
Yeah. And I did something.
Yep.
To make him
right.
To make him owe me.
Aaron Rodgers, in a similar fashion, he did something to make him owe the Jets.
Yeah.
Last week, the opponent Broncos only had 60 passing yards, but Aaron Rodgers couldn't win that game.
Yeah.
The Jets only allowed 10 points, but Aaron Rodgers couldn't win that game. He owes them now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But you tell me, does Aaron Rodgers owe the Jets like Shady owes you? Does he owe the Jets on Sunday?
I believe he does. My answer is yes. And that is why you have to win the games you are supposed to win. So now it ain't pressure on you to win the next game. Now, if you are going into this game and you are 3-1 going into the Vikings game, it's not a must-win game. Now it is a must-win game because you did not handle business with the Denver Broncos. And now you have to handle business with arguably the best team in the National Football League in the Minnesota Vikings. But one thing that irritates me is they don't have the confidence in that building. They don't know that they can be a good football team. They don't know. They think they can be a good football team with Aaron Rodgers, but they don't know. They were on the verge of thinking that they could be a good football team because they won back-to-back games. There's no confidence in that building right now. That's why all the little stuff is a big deal. Garrett Wilson coming out saying, man, hey, offense, we don't do a lot on offense. I see people on Sundays doing a lot of stuff, motioning and all that. We don't do that. That's a big deal. Cadence, you hear the coach, that's a big deal. If you're winning, none of this stuff is a big deal. So for the Jets now Aaron Rodgers has to go out here in London against a really good Minnesota team, and he owes them a W, and he owes them for the offense to play better. You scored 9 points against a Denver Broncos team that has 60 yards passing and scored 10 points. That's not good enough. So, yes, the Aaron Rodgers and this offense owes this Jets team a W on Sunday.
Look, I don't think he owes them a win, but he owes it to them to play really well. He can't be the reason they lose, if that makes sense. Like, and I'm not saying that he has been, because he's honestly the only reason they won those 2 games, what they should have. I agree with you, though. They should be 3-1, but you're doing it against Brian Flores and a defense that's giving up 14 points a game. So it's not going to be easy. You're probably going to get out-schemed. It was a lot talked about. The Jets don't motion anyone. And what does that mean, Chase? They're static in their formations. So their guys, Alan Lazard, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, they have to win, okay? The least static defense out there, you've broken them down, is the Minnesota Vikings. They are going to show you so much stuff pre-snap that it's going to completely blind you. So you got to be on your P's and Q's if you're Aaron Rodgers. You have to play well. Sam Darnold on the other side of that Vikings ball, they're going to put up points. So that defense, I think it's going to be a little bit of a defensive battle, a low-scoring game. You have to find a way to win, unlike you did against the Denver Broncos. So you got to be the reason that they win, but I don't think he owes them a win.
Where you at, 2-5?
I don't want to say owe him a win. I mean, it's a long season, right? And I think that at his best, they can still lose this game, right? Because the Vikings, I don't know if y'all know or not, they're a hell of a good team. They're a hell of a good team, right? Sam Darnold is playing really, really well.
He is.
Got the offensive weapons. On the defensive side, they are playing really, really good ball. So I don't want to say it's a must-win or he has to deliver this win. I would like to see it, but a game like this, you don't know how it can end up. Bro, I think last week, if we talked about this a must-win, that was a must-win for me. Like, you should be able to beat the freaking Broncos, and they only gave up 10 points. You should win that game. But this game, I don't know. I do not know.
See, for me, it's one of those situations, you know, when you do something wrong, whatever the case may be, like, hey, I'm going to make it up to you. I'm going to make it up to you.
I got you.
That's on me. That's on me. I'm going to make it up to you. This is one of those I'm going to make it up to you games. Because Aaron Rodgers was brought to New York specifically to win last week. What I mean by that is there was a promise that if our defense holds the opponent to 10 points, we win those games. Because we were losing those games with Zach Wilson. Again, Shady talked about it last year versus the Patriots. I think the Jets lost 9-6 off a punt return for a touchdown, or 13-6 off a punt return for a touchdown walk-off. Aaron Rodgers was brought to New York exclusively for last week. Those games where your defense holds the opponent to 10 points and 60 passing yards, I promise you, I'll win those. That's what Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, told Woody Johnson when Woody Johnson flew on his private jet from New York to California to meet with Rodgers. After losing a game that you promised you would win, you have to win a game that you're supposed to lose. It's one of those, hey, I'll make it up to you. I owe you one. If he would have won last week, I don't care. You don't owe him to win this week at all. The Vikings are a really good team, a better team than you at this junction in time. But if you lose a game, Chase, that you're supposed to win, I need you to make it up to me, man.
Yeah.
You got to make it up this week.
It's not going to be easy, though, because no NFL team has more wins over Aaron Rodgers than the Minnesota Vikings. They have 11 wins over Rodgers. Yeah. Obviously, you were part of all that.
It's a divisional game.
It's a divisional game. It's different, though. And I look at Minnesota, KOC, their offensive head coach, and Brian Flores. Those are the reason why Minnesota is where they are. You could look at the Jets. I can't tell you that Nathaniel Hackett and Robert Saleh are even remotely as close to them. So it's going to be Aaron Rodgers on the field having to outduel them. And let's be honest, this whole offense goes through Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be at the line. I guarantee you they're going to have a package at the line of scrimmage where Aaron's signaling this way, signaling that way. You got to go out there and do it. And you got to prove to yourself that you still got it, too, man. You played one good game, really two, against mediocre.
Yeah. But Shady always, my dog, he taught me a couple things today. Right?
I'm a teacher, too. I teach, brother.
What does Andy Reid tell you?
A lot.
I need
I need my best players to play better than their best players. He says a lot.
He says that a lot. We're talking about Sam Darnold outplaying Aaron Rodgers, and I know my dog is 40. I understand that. But he can't be better than you on Sunday, dog. Point blank, period. Like, I understand Kevin O'Connell could dial up all these plays and do all that, and my man's defense is, hey, down here showing empty, rolling to cover two, Brian Flores. I understand all that, right? But there's a certain dude that's seen almost every coverage in the National Football League, and that's Aaron Rodgers. It might be a certain dude that don't need no motions in this game. Because I know you finna roll. We done seen Aaron plenty of times. He ain't coming because he know the defense that they running. Go out there and be clearly better than Sam Darnold out there on the football field and win the football game on offense. And go up by 2 scores like your coach is asking for so he can play some really good defense. But you cannot get outplayed by Sam Darnold. I don't care how good Sam Darnold is playing right now. I don't care what all 22 chases breaking down. I like him, but what I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and it's levels to this. Go out there and be better, man.
You taking Sam Darnold to Aaron Rodgers? Ain't even close.
Come on, man.
We shouldn't be saying the same name together.
So what does it say about Aaron Rodgers if Sam Darnold outplays him?
Aaron didn't play his best, and Aaron did not put his team on the back to win a game. That's what it says. You should be better than Aaron Darnold and Sam Darnold, and if you are, your team will have a good chance of winning this football game.
That's why I say, Chase, because all he just said, that's why this is a superstar-driven league.
Watch Sam Darnold play better.
That's twice now Shady's done this, man. I appreciate when you do this. You set me up with a great tease to break. It's a superstar league. The Buffalo Bills, they ain't got Jones, Cowboys owner, landed a helicopter on the field during practice, like interrupted practice to land his helicopter. This is the Cowboys way, says Dak Prescott. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I mean, y'all see the images. I mean, they're in practice, and the man landed a helicopter. Wild, wild, wild.
I love it.
Jerry. You know what's crazy, though? And this is not the Springer Show. My thing is, like, how could you hate Jerry Jones? Look at that, though. Like, listen, at the worst scenario out, I know you don't like it. That's like motivation. Even you can own the Cowboys. Like, okay, Jerry, that's lit.
Say it again.
That's lit.
Even you.
Only you. Even you.
I can already tell by the look on your face you don't like it.
All he needed was a glass of champagne.
Yeah, he probably had it.
Hey, boys. Hey, boys. Hey, good job, Dak. Hey, good job, Dak. Zeke, I know. Hey, I still love you, though.
I bet he has a caviar, too.
Is that Micah? How's the ankle, Micah?
Hey, Coach Mike, how you feel about him
Coach Mike.
interrupting your practice? Coming.
Interrupting your practice.
Your practice.
My practice.
Who owns the Cowboys? Jerry Jones.
Coach Mike, how you feel?
Disgusted.
Here we
I'm sick.
Here we go.
I'm disgusted. Don't here we go, me. Here we go. Don't here we go, me. Do y'all realize The Cowboys can't focus on winning a Super Bowl because they're focused on Jerry Jones and all of his distractions. I'm going to break it down like this. I worked for the Dallas Cowboys for 2 years after retiring. I worked at the practice field where Jerry Jones landed his helicopter. I'll give you all the inside scoop.